Hello, Abundance Grace. How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, good evening. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Hello, everybody. Please like the video as you come in. Hey, Joey Azevedo. How you doing? Make it better. How you doing? What's good? I'm good. What's going on? Blessed evening, blessed evening, blessed afternoon. Let's see who comes on board. I'm talking about $1,000 XRP today and why it's going to happen. $1,000 XRP is going to be the reality. Yes, Jenny Craig, Johnny, I said Jenny, Johnny. I have been doing one live like, once a week or something like that. It's been busy here and I've not had much time to do daily videos like I used to do. In the past, I would do like up to 2 videos, in a day, but I've not done. Please like the video. Help me by liking the video. When Lambo, Johnny, good to talk to you today. Please share the video so that all of my OGs can come in, all of the members of this channel. People are not seeing my notifications. People are not receiving notifications, so they don't know I'm live when I'm live. Ultimate Connections, how you doing? Are you new to the channel? Join the channel, join the channel, join the channel. I have decided to keep the membership on, so I will still be doing some membership videos. But Patreon is where I'm at. That's where I'm going to be. 2026 will be the year of Patreon for me. It is the year of open doors, and it's going to be the year of Patreon for me. So I want you to go and join me on Patreon, AH for Truth on Patreon, AH for Truth on Patreon. Go and join me on Patreon. You can join for free, but if you are a free member on Patreon, you're not going to get the some of the stuff that I put out there. Okay, the tutorials are not for free because I it takes time to prepare those tutorial videos. I have a tutorial video on Patreon on how to buy and stake DAG. That is Constellation DAG. I also gave a history why DAG is a very important crypto that you can invest in. It's very inexpensive right now. Direct Acyclic Graph Constellation. You can store it on the Stargazer wallet. That's the proprietary wallet for it. Yeah, you could also store it in a hard wallet. You could use a Decent actually, but it's important that you get it and you stake it. The rewards are amazing. You actually get DAG. That's what I really like about it. Some cryptos, when you stake them, you don't get, it's like the way Flare is. You get additional Flare. Like for example, if you've held Flare, let's say you held 10,000 Flare about a year ago. By now, you would have gotten at least somewhere in the region of 40% of your flare. You have increased your flare just by holding it on the Bifrost wallet or by holding it on any other wallet where you can stake it, or you can wrap it, for rewards. Hey, Lillian Weeks, good to see you. Lillian, thank you so much for all of your support in the last, I don't know when you joined my channel, but I thank you for your comments. They're always an encouragement. Please, guys, when I put out a video and you see it, make comments. Even if you're going to say, hey, Pastor, hey, AH, just say something. This way we're going to be able to, stay ahead of the algorithm and create a path for our own selves. If you've enjoyed my content so far in the last year, 1 year plus, November 30th was November 1st was exactly 1 year. Please do me a favor, share my videos, share my stuff, make comments, interact with the video, interact with the posts, and that will help us go a long way. What am I talking about today? I'm talking about hey, Christopher Nesbitt. How you doing? All right, I'm talking about $1,000 XRP and why. People have been talking about $100 XRP, $10 XRP. I was just reading a post on X today, and they were like, "Oh, XRP is never going to get $1,000. It's never going to happen. This and that and the other." And I understand. I see where people are coming from, but the reality is, it's not about what you think. It's about the reality of what's going to happen. We're going to get we're gonna get a we're gonna get $1,000 XRP. And the reason why I believe that, I'm gonna share with you 6 reasons why $1,000 XRP is not just probable, it's not just possible, but it is a reality. Okay, it is one thing to say something is probable, but I'm not just looking at probability. I'm looking at what is going to happen. This is the reality. It's going to happen. $1,000 XRP for sure. I believe it. It's not financial advice. I need you to do your own research, but I'm just telling you, this is what I believe. You can't shake my thought from that. And there are people, I have done videos on $1,000 XRP. I've done videos on a $10,000 XRP. I've done a video on a $50,000 XRP, and I gave my reasons. Today, I'm revisiting those videos. I'm not going to show them to you, but I'm just going to go and give you. You see, when you believe something, after a while, it's like my being a believer as a Christian, as a follower of Jesus. You can't tell me anything at this point. Again, someone will say, well, that's what you believe. That's what I believe. I don't see how anybody can tell me anything at this point. I truly, truly believe what I believe. It's going to be very difficult to shake my opinion, to tell me it's not happening. It is happening. I know of a truth. I know of a certain truth that it is coming. Why do I know that? Because of certain things. Just like I said about my faith, I have had some experiences. When I came to this city, I was led. I had a revelation that told me exactly where to go. When people ask me where to go, I tell them exactly. I say, this is where I'm going. This is why, what I've been led to do. I've been told. Sorry about that. So why do I believe that? Why do I believe that it's coming? So the title of my video today of this live is $1,000 XRP, and then the Japan RYCT, that is a reverse yen carry trade. I've talked about it, and there's so many videos. Everything will start from Japan, from Asia. There is no way. I mean, look at it. Okay. That's a theory, but it stands to be proven, right? And so we're going to prove it. We're going to prove it. We're going to see it happen. It's going to come. It's going to start in Japan. It's going to explode and go in a direction that people could never imagine. Why? So number one, I've explained the Japanese reverse, the yen reverse carry trade to you in one video. But there's something I haven't done a good job of. I was watching the video and what I said, and I realized that I've not done a good job of it, even on my Patreon. Please join my Patreon, AH for Truth on Patreon. You can't miss me. Join my Patreon. I'm going to be sharing stuff on there. I'm going to encourage you guys to go on Patreon. Japan cut taxes on crypto from 55% to 20% because they want people to buy crypto. So thank you, Daniel, for that. See, the reverse yen carry trade is the unwinding of the yen carry trade. I've explained that before, and if you are hearing it for the first time, it's very simple. It's a complex process. With the Bank of Japan involved for 25 to 30 years, the Bank of Japan, 2.5 to 3 decades, have loaned money to institutions to invest in other markets, particularly in the G7, G8 markets, earning between 3 and 7%. So they just get a fee for moving that money internationally and bringing it back. It's worth 500 trillion yen, which is the equivalent, because one dollar, US dollar, is 160 Japanese yen. So that's about $2 to $3 trillion, $3 trillion thereabout, that goes and comes. Do you know how that money moves? Do you know how that value moves? It moves on what? It moves on the rails of SWIFT. The 50-year-old is over 50 years. SWIFT started in 1973. So 1973 to now we're looking at over how many years? We're looking at over 50 years, right? Am I correct? Yes. So that's a long time that SWIFT has been, gouging and making all this money from moving of funds from Japan all over the world, right? Just like they move. Remember, SWIFT moves about $1 quadrillion worldwide. So we're seeing that happen. And man, what's going on here? I can't get on my system. Wait, okay, let's see what happens here. So that's the first big reason. What I didn't do a good job of, that I'm trying to help you guys with, is where it actually, how the XRP comes in, because you hear the reverse yen carry trade. But how does XRP come in? How does XRP play into this whole thing? Very simple. All right. What happens is nobody just wakes up. Nobody just wakes up and automatically says, we're stopping what we're doing for 30 years. You've got to replace it with something else. And in fact, there is supposed to be a massive a shock as a result of the unwinding of the yen carry trade. The unwinding is the reverse carry trade. Daniel, please. So the unwinding is what is a shock. When you stop doing something that you have been doing that has such a massive impact globally, there's going to be a shock. That shock is is caused by the reverse. Well, why would Japan do this and risk their economy, risk the global economy? Why would they do that? It's simply because they believe that they have a solution. And what is the solution? XRP. Top Ring, good to see you. XRP is the solution. That's it. XRP is a solution. They know that they have XRP and they can use that. They can use XRP because XRP would move all of this money. There's no need. When you remove one, Japan is telling you what will happen in America. Japan is telling you what will happen in the Africa, on the African continent. They're telling you what will happen in those big banks in South Africa, those big banks in Nigeria that do global trade. They're telling you what will happen in Brazil. They're telling you what will happen in all of Asia. And that is why SBI, the largest banking financial services conglomerate in Japan, invested in XRP long ago. They've been a partner with Ripple for the longest time. And what did they do? They made sure that they hold, as we speak, $10 billion worth of XRP. So they've set the stage. So listen to me. Japan will lead. Japan is the fourth largest economy in the world. You know what their economy is? Their economy is $3.28 trillion. $3.28 trillion. Now, you see how people say, oh, that's a lot of $3 trillion. Like, how are they moving 500 trillion? Do you see that the GDP is completely different from the amount of value that is being moved? GDP is the gross domestic product. SBI Japan owns 9% of Ripple. Thank you. They are investors with Ripple. All this while, please share the video, like this video. I'm begging you guys. I'm trying to come out of this censoring. And so help me by liking the video. The more likes we have, if you have 81 likes, there are 81 of you in the room today. I beg you, like the video on your way in or out. 75 now I see. Like in or out, because when you like the video, it helps the algorithm to pick it up and share it and send notifications to people who are members of the channel. So XRP right now has to follow Bitcoin. All the cryptos will follow Bitcoin until decoupling. There is going to come a decoupling. I've been talking about it for a while. There is coming a decoupling. I've talking about it for a while. So what is the decoupling? Decoupling is when a completely new regime of cryptos arise, a completely new class of cryptos. Those class of cryptos are banking and the non-banking financial industry crypto assets that will help move value over all of the different blockchains that have been tasked with moving value in less than 5 seconds over their networks, over their rails, right? Including the one for the credit unions. They are not left out. Hedge funds, not left out. Stock market, not left out, because when you sell your stocks, you have to move the value. Those are classed as ISO 222 blockchains. We've talked about this for the last 1 to 2 to 3 years. People have been talking about it. I've only been on YouTube for a year and a few days. Hallelujah. So here is the thing. The reverse carry trade, Japan now has an option. They don't have to use SWIFT anymore. And if we don't have to use this approach anymore. Why do we have to be doing zero interest rate? This is the biggest opportunity we have to change and start charging interest for loans that are taken, even if it's 1%, even if it's 0.25%. So since last year, March last year, they've been increasing by 25 basis points each time they do an increase. You see what I'm saying? Each time Bank of Japan authorizes an increase, that's what happens. They raise interest rates. They are slowly catching up with the rest of the world. Japan used to be a cheap place to borrow money from global institutions using their partnerships within Japan. So now they have a solution to moving money cheap, which then they save so much. They still have fees, and the fees can be next to nothing, and yet they are making money. And because the money moves quickly, interest also starts quickly. Because every one day that you lose, you lose money. Every one day that you gain money. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And we're talking about trillions. Can you imagine at 6% per annum, how much would be gained? Now, that's one thing. Let's now talk about the other thing. I've still not got into my 6 points yet. The other thing with the reverse carry trade is that with Japan now, everything we've been talking about Ripple, how Ripple helps to unlock value. One, the energy in the movement of funds and assets globally, digital assets. The unlocking of value that has been held bound all this while because nobody was able to, there was nothing, it wasn't moving quick enough. Once it starts moving quick, it saves money because it's moving at 3 seconds, 6 seconds. One day I was standing here in my home and I sent money on Proton Network to my 2 sons. It arrived in 3 blinks of an eye, 1, 2, 3 like that. It was on their phone. They could not believe it. They couldn't believe it. And I explained the concept of blockchain to them, and they say, wow, Dad, how do you know all these things? Because they don't expect me as their dad in my late 50s to understand these things. But if you have been watching trends, you've seen Facebook come, you've seen Spotify come, you've seen YouTube come, you've seen Google, some people call it Googler, you've seen Google or Gulu, you've seen Gulu come, you've seen all of this, go to different countries, you'll be surprised how people are Google, You've seen all of this digitization of the world economy. The only remaining thing to be digitized is the global economy. It's money. And that's the most delicate, because if you get it wrong, you collapse everything. It is the last one, is the last frontier to digitize the global economy. Logistics have been digitized. Everything. What is remaining is actual value. And what we're doing is they are taking wealth as you know it, value, and they're converting into a digital form. It's called tokenization. Money is tokenized, buildings tokenized, sales tokenized, groceries tokenized, rivers tokenized, trees tokenized, streets tokenized, power cables, everything tokenized. Because for the first time, human greed sees all of the value that God created around us. And we want to tokenize it so that we can extract the value, squeeze the juice out of the orange, and create wealth that the world has never imagined. And I've told you before, money is not wealth. Money is a derivative. Because if I work a job and I get money, no matter how good my pay is, that's not wealth. Except if I'm able to use that money to buy valuable assets that are not necessarily money, but they can grow in value and they can give me a cash flow. That's wealth. Now, I've explained to you why I believe 1,000 XRP is a possibility. With those two things, Japan and how XRP, they're using XRP. Oh, I didn't talk about one thing. Remember, the unlocking of value. There's another unlocking of value that we didn't talk about. That is the Nostro Vostro, which sits about $27 trillion worldwide. Nostro Vostro accounts hold between 27 and 30 trillion. What is Nostro Vostro? Nostro Vostro is the money that the banks hold to guarantee your transfer of funds, to guarantee your global trade. When I try to bring shoes from China, if I'm bringing a whole 40-foot container of shoes and it costs $150,000, the guarantee is called letter of credit. The only way my bank, the bank in China can be guaranteed to release the manufacturer's bank is if my bank here in Canada, or in the US, or anywhere in Nigeria, I say, oh, yeah, they give me a letter of credit to say, this is fine, no problem, we're behind this. Here's 150,000, we're moving it to you when the goods are ready. That's the only time that happens, right? So there's nostro vostro is 27 to 30 trillion worldwide. That's the estimate. Japan, the larger economies, the G7, G8 economies, they have more of the nostro vostro on their end than the rest of the world because they are industrialized economies. Japan, Toyota, Honda. I mean, what other place do you want to start it from other than the Asian tiger? Japan. What of Taiwan? What of Hong Kong? Yes, China is in Hong Kong, but China itself, of course, is a global tiger. When it comes to industry, thank you, Inverness, Florida. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for all the financial gifts. I appreciate it, guys. If you want to bless me, I appreciate it. I will take it. I will receive it. I'll get my coffee and donuts. All right. So no, I'm not saying end of year, but I believe, because I'll be a 4-digit XRP. I'm not telling you that 1,000 by 2030. I don't believe it will take up to 2030, guys. Please, listen. This thing is going to be the biggest surprise of the age. This is my personal opinion. This is what I personally believe is going to be the biggest surprise of the age. I know I'm kind of screaming and I'm yelling. Please forgive me. Some people don't like it. Say, why are you yelling? Just talk gently. Just, so... I'm passionate. I haven't been on here for a while. So this is, Versatile, how you doing? This is, I really, really believe. So I'm going to now tell you. So Japan has a portion of that nostro vostro. I've not researched it to know how much they hold. But if they are involved in all of that Toyota manufacturing and they have to bring in, parts from different parts of the world or material, because Japan doesn't have a lot of natural resources. It's a very four small islands constitute all of Japan. You see? So, I was on X today, and somebody was like, "Oh, America has done so many bad things." You see, people sometimes, "Oh, yes, yeah," and he was saying, "Oh, Hiroshima, the bomb, they bombed Japan." Japan is not talking about how they bombed them, but the left is busy talking about the bomb in 1945 and how, the atomic bomb and all of that. They are still saying, you see, these are people who don't forgive. They don't understand forgiveness. Japan has moved forward to become the 4th largest economy in the world. Why other people were saying, when you take a victimized position, I'm a victim, you will never grow. If you look at Donald Trump, you say they are making money with crypto. Well, let them make money with crypto. Every president that goes there makes money. My thing is this. What can I do for myself and my family? Because there's no amount of anger and rage and going out there that can change what they're doing right now. My point is follow the money. The Bible says money answers all things. You look at where they are spending and you buy what they are buying and you park your boat by their big yacht and their big catamaran. When the floods come in, when the tide comes in, as their yacht is rising, as their catamarans are rising, your own little dingy, and by the way, yours is not a dingy, because if you are in XRP, believe me, you are a top wealthy person when the sparks fly and when this thing goes to the moon. Okay, so having said all those 3 things I've said, right? Let's now go to the 6 points I want to give you. Number 1, there is no more SWIFT. No more SWIFT. So if Japan doesn't need to use SWIFT, as it were, SWIFT is there, upgraded, using all of the new technologies. SWIFT is not the 50-year-old SWIFT that you knew. If you lose weight suddenly, if I lose weight and I'm now at a healthy, say 175, right? You will see the difference. I have a friend who's on the keto diet. I had a meeting with him the other day. He's one of my associates. And I'm like, wow, you look different. I said, I want to do this keto diet so I look as handsome as you look. There's a change. So we're tripping all of the old fat that has built around Swift and the upgrading their new. Have you ever upgraded? I just upgraded to the new Mac OS one thing here. And it's obvious because everything changes. The interface changes. How the computer renders, everything changes. So there's a change. And that's the first thing. Every time there's a change, values go up. Values go up. Have you ever seen a street where houses that were old were renovated? Do they sell those houses that were renovated at the same price? You buy a house that was built. Toronto is one of the best places you can buy a house that is 250 years old, 300 years old, 120 years old. You take that house, you renovate it. I remember buying a property for $59,000. That house was almost 80 years or 80 something years old. Today, when you look at that property, it has brand new paint. It has brand new siding. It's got the renovation of the house makes it new. Do you think that I will sell it for that same price? Never. Even though what I used to renovate it was not as much, but it gives it an aesthetic beauty and appeal and what they call curb appeal, that if I put a realtor sign on there, even by for sale by owner, people are going to rush it. Why? Because we have renovated and improved it. When you update and upgrade your system, your computer, it works better. Bug fixes and all of that. Swift has been upgraded. They are in partnership with Link and Ripple and all of these companies. You see all these scams, people fighting Chainlink is better, this is better, that is better. You're wasting your time. They are all in cahoots. They are all working together, changing the entire global economy, with Ripple being the king and the leader of the pack. Ripple will be the Bitcoin of the ISOs. Ripple will be the Bitcoin of the banking and the non-banking financial industry. Will lead, will be the king of the pack. All right. So number one, because there's no more Swift, when you upgrade, it works better. You can charge better. I just use housing to show you. The value goes up because you've put work into it, and the windows are no longer the single pane. You now have tri-pane, not even double pane. When people come, they look at the house, they go, well, my cost of heating and whatever will be cheaper and cooling, because the tri-pane windows, they hold heat. Not only that, when the sun is shining from the winter, during the winter, do you know you don't feel the heat of the winter when from the sun when you go outside? It's very cold. The cold overpowers the heat of the sun. But in your house, they've designed a tri-pane window to be able to convert the rays of the sun to provide heat. Some people sit by their window, and then the heat that comes from the furnace or from the whatever you use for heat are also arguments. But the window, there's a way they've designed them to make sure that sun ray is converted somehow. I don't know the technology, but it works. Renovation, rebuilding, gentrification of neighborhoods improves the value of the neighborhood. I can tell you, it seems to me that Swift has been gentrified. Swift has been renovated. Swift has been prepared. And number two reason why this thing is going to $1,000 is that the funds can move quickly. Who doesn't want quick? Why aren't people traveling by train from Atlanta to Lagos, Nigeria? Why? Isn't it better to just hop on a plane and there you go? Why don't people get on a bus and say, well, we're traveling to Nigeria? Well, you know what? In a few hours, you can cut down months of travel and the risks of the highway and all those things. Somebody even said it's actually, they feel safer in the sky than when they're on the ground. And by the way, in a vehicle on a highway are going at 120 kilometers an hour or 75 miles an hour. But now they have this new aircraft that have, if they're crashing, if they're failing in the sky, they have parachutes that will automatically deploy, just like airbags, to ensure a safer landing. See, technology keeps improving and improving and improving. They're going to charge you a few dollars more for your seats to cover the cost of that technology and to provide that safety service for you. This is why we must not stay at the same level of income. We must invest so that we can stay ahead of inflation. All right. So that's number two. Because things move quicker, costs would rise. Cost of operation drops, and so profit can also increase. And then when the velocity of money increases, money reaches the last person on the line. I explain this in all my courses when I teach people. One of the problems of the movement of funds is non-inclusion. When you hear Ripple say inclusion, what they're talking about is the unbanked. Who is the unbanked? The people who don't have the financial banking services to the hilt, like we have it here in North America, where You can get a banking loan for your car. You can get a banking loan to buy anything. You can get a banking loan to start a business. Even women have their special banking loan for women to help them. Yeah, you have disabled people who want to get into business. They have special banking loans, have been systemized so that they can get into the global economy. All kinds of things. All kinds of things, right? So that's where it is. Okay. So fast movement. Then number 3. SBI has what? SBI has $10 billion worth of XRP already. I'm talking about Japan. I'm using Japan as a microcosm to understand how this will spread. It's a tested route. Japan is a safe route. I see what I'm saying. So they've tested it. They have 9%. If you have 9% of a company, you can say, hey, come over to our country and test us out. And if there's any country you want to test things out in that regard, I think it's Asia at this point. I'm not saying America should not be tested, but when it comes to regulation, America will push the regulation and the world will follow. If Japan pushes regulation, it won't go anywhere. But America does it, the world will follow. That's just the way it goes for now, because the American empire is still valid to this day. So let's keep going. So SBI already has 10 billion worth of Ripple at today's prices. You don't go and invest 10 billion or 9% in a company. 9% is a lot if you don't know where that thing is going. They are sure of what they are doing. All right. Number 4, mass adoption by the United States. Tell me that there's no mass adoption taking place. It's taking place right now. You can see it. It's taking place. How do we know? When you have Vivo Power or Vivo Power, whatever they call it, when companies like Vivo Power are holding XRP on their balance sheets. Why do you hold XRP on your balance sheets? Let me tell you why. It's exactly what you are doing. You and I are holding XRP on our personal balance sheets. A corporate entity is an individual holding Vivo Power. They say, well, we're going to buy $100 million worth of XRP. Why? Because it's a guaranteed protection hedge against inflation. So they invest in a deflationary asset, an asset that is limited in supply. And that has what? Use case. So they know. They've seen the writing on the wall. What is Vivo Power? It's from Saudi Arabia. Right? So you have all of these Middle East companies. You have a company in, you have Dubai. Sometimes I even feel that the government in the United States is not being kind to their own citizens. To be honest with you, I don't believe that they're being kind to this. Because the government should be telling people, go and get this, go and get this, go and get this. Look at Japan. The Japanese government, they are encouraging people by dropping, Daniel posted it earlier, by dropping interest rates, tax rates on crypto. So that people can, look at India. India is punishing their people. They don't want you to own crypto. They just want the top. You see, sometimes I wonder, some of these countries where people are so poor and yet a few people are so wealthy, they don't want people to come up. Just a little bit more. They don't want that. All right. So mass adoption by USA will follow mass adoption by nation states. Once the US adopts it, the government of the US adopts it. When the president of the US tweeted or through social posts or X posts that they are going to have XRP, Cardano, and Solana. Why haven't you bought Cardano? I told you that on 17th of May, I saw Cardano in a vision at $3,800 for one. That is more than a 10x from where it is right now. Cardano right now from where it is. How much would that be? Think about it. I'm doing the math right here. $3,800. Now, do your own research. Don't just say I said it. It dropped by 7% today. So let's say it's at 135. That is a 28x. Do you know why I want you to invest a couple dollars into Solana, into Cardano if possible? I don't hold Cardano, but I'd like to. Cardano is so cheap today. It's probably less than 40 cents. It went all the way to 80. It's been tested. It's been up to $2 during the previous bull run. When the president of the US tells you He's telling you people, this is what I want and we're going to do. We're going to put in a stockpile. Why the prices are still low is because they're buying and getting ready. They're buying. They're buying. Go and look at the order books. Some of those things don't show up on order books, but you can find all the information if you want. The institutions are buying. They're not buying as much as they should, but they're using all their differential companies to purchase. But they will purchase fully because there are legal limits to what can be done outside of the legal framework of the Clarity Act. That's where I'm going. So the Clarity Act in the US opens up the government for mass adoption by nation states following the US. I saw Sharmapi put a post. That's the WikiCat founder. He put up a post on X 2 days ago. He said, after reading the Clarity Act, he read through it. That's a serious person. He read through it. I haven't even read through it. So doesn't mean I'm not serious though. But what I mean is at the level he's operating, I'm not a developer, but as a developer, he read it. We need the laws. So let me tell you the Clarity Act. So I was talking about an older gentleman earlier on. If you have a good friend of mine, if you have 500 acres of land that is by the highway, and suddenly the developing community, they like the area, there's a nice river running by, they want to buy the 500 acres. Well, they're going to talk to the city. The city will come, do what? They will part it out, create lots and everything, map it out. They will look at the design that the developer company has, put down, and they'll say, well, approved. Okay, where are the shopping centers going to be? Where's the school going to be? How many homes? 600 homes, okay, or 1,000 homes. Okay, good. How do you connect it? They do egresses. All of those things they do. Fire station, fire department, access to fire, water. They do all of that. See, if the land was worth 500,000, by the time they finish all that, it's now worth what? 1.5 million, just the land. If it was worth 2 million, when they finish, it's now worth 5 million. It just goes up, crazy. Why? Because it's now regulated by zoning. Zoning tells you how to build a 3 bedrooms, how to build a 1-story, 2-story, shopping complex, mall, strip mall, schools. All the zoning things are rules set by the city or the municipality or the county to make sure that everything is done properly and to the law. They are called regulations. The Clarity Act is very essential. Coinbase sent something out to all Canadian Coinbase holders, Coinbase account holders, telling them to sign a petition asking the government to do something about clarity in Canada. I told you, as goes the US, so goes Canada. They have no choice. You see what is happening with Carney. Let me explain. If you're Canadian and you're watching me and you don't like Donald Trump, or you like Donald Trump, it's irrelevant. Whether you like Carney, whether you are elbows up, is irrelevant. I'm telling you why. What's going to happen? Just so you write this down. The geopolitical alliances are shifting. Canada, US, Mexico, Greenland are going to become one economic powerhouse. Europe will go its way. Europe has its destiny. Canada cannot do business with Europe. It's impossible. We can do some. 75% of Canada's trade goes US. You can't. Canada is one of the most fortunate countries in the world to have US next door to us. Whether it's Trump there or no Trump there, whether you are angry, whether you hate Trump because he called it the 51st state, let me just warn you. You are poorer now than you were 10 years ago. Except if you are a multi-millionaire in Canada. And even the multi-millionaires in Canadian money, they are smart. They put some money in the US already. The Canadian government gave 15 billion Canadian dollars to Stellantis Corporation. Go and research it. Stellantis turned around 3 months later and they took 13 billion US dollars, which is about 18 billion in Canadian, and they are investing it. They were taking pictures in the Oval Office. Money answers all things. Forget all these political games. You read all people like Laura Babcock, all these people in Canada who are like, oh, yeah, let's dish it to Trump. Let's go. And then the Prime Minister of Canada says, we have now made a military alliance with Europe. Yes, they're just playing games. There's no military alliance, anything. He came here to finish the job. Canada, US, Greenland, Mexico are going to be one economic powerhouse as Europe also goes its own way because Europe is not listening. They must, as far as the green agenda is concerned, that is what will destroy Europe, the green agenda. Can you imagine that Canada has something called environmental racism? I have never had that term in my life. What is environmental racism? And they asked the woman to describe it, and she's just looking and blah, 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 because it doesn't make sense. What is environmental racism? And the solution to environmental racism is to tax us some more. Well, I'm not done. Let's keep going. So that's an XRP and all this thing is part of this geopolitical thing we're talking about because the US is determined to lead in crypto. And that's why they have, when you see them going to Dubai and the Middle East, they are co-opting the Middle East because they know there's money there. They're co-opting the Middle East using the UAE because they're not as radical. They're not radical as some of the other. Qatar, they're radical, but they have a way of covering it. So you see them doing all these things in Dubai. There's a reason why. Okay, so as goes the US for laws, goes the world. Mass adoption by nation states. Already, the UAE, they have adopted XDC. Research that. Ask Grok. Ask ChatGPT. Ask Gemini. Ask Perplexity. Am I correct? Am I naming them? Ask them. Has the UAE adopted this cryptocurrency? And they will tell you. They will tell you how far they've gone. What's really happening. Algorand is busy there. Hedera Hashgraph. Any of the ISOs you are seeing, they are not joking with them in the UAE. Neither are they joking with them in Japan. So you're looking at Asia. You're looking at the Middle East. Of course, Vivo Power is from where? It's from Saudi Arabia. Number 6. So I talked about mass adoption by nation states. We talk about mass adoption by institutions. Holding for savings as a hedge against inflation. I said that earlier. They are doing exactly what you and I are doing because we are holding XRP, XLM, XDC, Miota, Cardano, XPR. Never forget that one. They are hiding it. Don't forget it. And I told you, download, go onto my Patreon and learn how to get onto the XPR network. Okay? It's very easy, but follow my tutorial. Download. I'm begging you. There's some of you, you are not comfortable with spending money. I told you, join my Patreon. It's $97, just under $100 per month. You can do it for 3 months. Get all the stuff that I put on there, the old ones and the new ones. I'm going to be loading some more stuff. And then so that you have a guide as to what to do. It's very important. And then actually, I'll be spending a lot more time on Patreon in the new year. But this year, I started in October, put up some stuff there. But I want you to go there, please. XPR, they are not mentioning it, but it's an ISO 222 crypto. I've told you before. I even have a document in the description. If you are new to crypto, buy my book in the description. That's how you start. That's one of the easiest way for you to start. You get a PDF, you get an MP, what's it called? A file, that you can download on your iPhone or Android, and all of that. So EPUB file, I meant to say. And there's also an audio book that you can use as well. Daniel bought this recently. I was shocked. I said, well, Daniel, why are you buying the book? But I wanted to teach you guys some other things. I want you to get ready. That's the last part I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to do another video about getting ready. You need to get ready, but let me finish this. Number 6 is mass adoption by institutions holding for savings as a hedge fund, as a personal hedge fund. They are hedging their bets. They are keeping it for their own purposes. So, they are holding it on their balance sheets. I gave you an example of Vivo Power and other companies. You are doing the same thing. As a sovereign individual, you have bought a crypto, you are keeping it for yourself. Because if you have 1,000 XRP, You can never be poor again. Did you hear what I said? You just have to hold it for as long as you can. Now, do your own research. That's my opinion. This is not, and my opinion could be truth, but I believe it's the truth. But you have to disprove what I'm saying. That's why you have to research it. Please, when you look at the 100 billion supply, it is true. When something has a 100 billion supply, if for example, Ripple had 500 million supply, it would be at $300 today, just like Solana. Solana supply is very low, or maybe even $100 or $75 because it's down. Whatever, $50 because the market is down. It will still be following Bitcoin, but it has a 100 billion supply. But it will fill up. 100 billion metric. Imagine a volume, liquidity. Its tank is 100 billion cubic meters. It'll take the banks of the world. All these 6 things I've told you, Japan and Asia moving just as other nations will be moving. I gave Japan as an example because they own 9%. SBI owns 9% of Ripple. If you own 9% of a company, a global conglomerate, which is what Ripple has become, you can push things. Because if Ripple owns Metaco, Ripple owns shares in Standard Custody, Ripple owns shares in Polysign, Ripple is with this and that and the other and Rails and this, and come on. And operating in these 76 countries, either directly or by proxy, $1,000 is just the beginning. And that is why on the XRP calculator, the default you see is $1,635.32. And this is why I say to people, multiply what you hold by that value and you see how things are for you. Just do that. And then you look at it and say, is this really true? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And for some of you who don't have a lot of XRP, you're like, okay, I only have 1,000, I only have 3,000. You know what? You came to my channel for a reason. Keep holding what you have. But if you have invested in a meme coin and the meme coin explodes, you sell some of it and you put it into what? Into XRP, into XLM, into XDC. That's your trifecta. Or you can mix and match. You look at the 10, 12 ISOs. You look, I'm not sure how many there are now, but you say, I'm going to take XRP and XLM and XDC, or I will take XRP and HBAR. There are people who just are holding XRP and HBAR and they're good. They're good. They're good. They're good. All right. Never broke again. I like that. Sorry, I saw some of your comments and I was unable to answer. Put your holdings in the chat. Never do that. Yes, please do not put your holdings in the chat. I mean, some people do that. I don't know why they do it, but can't stand our prime minister. If you're Canadian, yeah, it's terrible. If you bought last year, you're up 200. It's a long-term investment. Sell to me. LOL. Hey from Tio. Hey, hi, Catco. How are you? Good to see you. Serena's Lens. Wow, how are you? God bless you. Good to see you. Those are some of my OGs from way back in the day. My XRP is down by 18%. So no, thank you. Stop. Man, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just 60 billion XRP coins are in circulation. They can't still issue another 40 billion coins. They need to keep XRP down going forward. Anthony, no, you're wrong. Sorry, you're wrong. Muslims in a big part, I believe in Jesus Christ. Okay. How much 500 XRP will worth in 5 years? Do the math. Multiply by $1,600 minimum. The U.S. government hates its people. I believe so. Do you guys see XRP by 350 by the end of the year? I have a bet going on. Or, you know what? I'm expecting $27. That's my minimum by the end of the year. If it doesn't happen, I'm good. But I hope it does. Clarity Act will be the law of the world. Exactly. Joe Bud, God revealed that to you. Thank you for saying that. 2026 will be the year. Thank you for saying that. Yes. I sell a little XRP at 350, 450, 550, 650, up to $40 XRP. Whenever it stops, I sell the top. If it passes $40, I won't be mad. I promise. Yeah, Joe Bud, if you have a significant amount, yes. But I'm telling you, if you watch some of my videos from the past, I have a video that is like I talked about XRP at 50,000. I've done the research. Remember, 99% of cryptos are going to die and go away. If a crypto does not have a utility, it's done under the Clarity Act. True, floods come, we shall all be carried. Good word, Pastor. Exactly. Roger Guerin, yes, that's what we like. We okay with the yelling. It's passion and culture. It's called passion. So I'm saying 5 years. I do not believe that. No, I don't think it's. I think from next year we're going to see some crazy numbers. Hey, Pastor, just join. I see the title. You believe? Okay. No, not end of year. I don't know about end of year, but I'm honestly speaking, I don't know. I just believe that we're going to see some numbers. I just believe so. Yes, Daniel said something here that's very important. He says they can charge less because more value will be moving with less friction. Yeah, that's true. Is Trezor good, and do you really need Web3? Uncle, you're saying that XRP is going to be valued at 1K. God bless you, my brother. Good to see you. 1K all the way. Yes, sir. Uncle, you're saying that XRP is going to be valued at 1K. It's already beyond 1,000 value. It's just you are not just seeing it because they've suppressed it seriously. Ron YouTube, hey, how you doing? Please like the video. Thank you so much. There's only 64 likes, but there's 110 people in the room. So will XRP go way up, but Bitcoin doesn't? Everyone says XRP follows Bitcoin. Yes, for now. It has to for now. Hi, man of God. It's been a while. God bless you, sir, for your good work. Yes. Oh, Aremo Abiodun, good to see you. They have been doing a lot of suppressing the price. Yes, they have to. That's just the way the game is played. You just hold on. Let them do what they do. The solar cycle is undeniable and inevitable. No audio. There's audio now. Smack down to the bot. Okay. As Top Ring, I think I've said hi to you, Top Ring. It will blow up, Johnny Mata. Yes. My faith is great, Ross Austin. Lambo soon. Johnny, get out of here. Japan cut tax on crypto. Yeah, so I was just trying to catch up with the comments. Thank you guys for commenting. I think that's been good. Yes. When do you expect the Clarity Act to come into effect? Daniel, what do you think? Lunk on the move. Okay, is Luna doing well? I'm happy to hear that. I sold my Luna and put it into XRP. Pastor, when do you think XRP will... Actually, I put into some into WikiCat back in the day, and we did very good with WikiCat. Pastor, when do you think XRP will reach 50K? I don't know the time, but once there is over 500 trillion moving on the ledger, maybe that's 2036, 2035, because Brad Garlinghouse says they will get 14%, right, by 2030 of SWIFT. Okay, so SWIFT moves 1 quadrillion, that's 140 trillion. Okay, so again, $5,000 at 140 trillion is not. So I see 2030 a price of this thing is all math. It's been calculated. They know the market. They know the value they are dealing with. It was solving the problem of trapped value that XRP is doing. What are the trap values? Number one trap value is the energy in movement of funds that has never been captured. Translating that energy into money is like electricity moving in wires, right? It's in nature. You tapped it, then you charged for it. That's the value that you extracted. All right, it is energy. The movement of money has its own energy too, moving back and forth. You trap the value. You harvest the value. That's the first thing. The second value is, which is smaller, is the unlocked value that you see. Is the unlocked value? Oh, sorry. Is the unlocked value in Nostro-Vostro accounts? Okay, so friction. Once you have a friction-free environment for moving value, speed takes over. What used to take 3 days to move, needing human hands to go back and forth, you now have a permissionless system. Well, there's some permissions because the traditional is involved now. Traditional finance is involved because you have to still work with the banks. XRP is not trying to take over the banks. They're trying to work with the banks to create a completely different, a new and a healthier system with almost near to zero friction. So that's my rant for today. 1000 XRP is in the making. It's easy to see. Look at all of the, think about all of this now and imagine how much of this. We're talking now, even 10 trillion right away moving. Oh, there's one thing I didn't say. That would be number 7, okay? For the 1000 that is likely is the fact that there's going to be a supply shock. Supply shock. Supply shock. With the ETFs, the spot ETFs. Those are right now, spot ETF's value is at $1 billion. $1 billion. And this is far beyond what Ethereum did, far beyond what Bitcoin did. This is going to be like people, and then RLUSD has already surpassed $1 billion in what's circulating for RLUSD. By next year, it will probably be over 2 billion. Because they are not just doing what Tether did. Tether was backward. Tether would mint to prop up Bitcoin. Now, RLUSD is minting to follow the true market. What is happening is real. RLUSD is following the money. That's how it should be done. As the energy in the movement of value is unlocked and translated into dollars and cents, or whatever value you attribute to it, right? You should have liquidity that it produces. Does that make sense? It's like mining for gold or oil, drilling for crude oil. When the crude oil comes, if it's $50 per barrel and you have 1,000 barrels, that's $50,000 of value unlocked from the ground. So when there's when value is moving, and Ripple and all of these other Algorand, all of them in real estate, H-Bar, all of these have been able to unlock the value that is in the energy movement of value. As value moves, there's energy. You want that in funds. You want that, unlocking that. When you unlock the value, you say, oh, we just unlocked 300 million worth of value. You can actually have RLUSD follow that, USDC follow that, because you want to control how money supply is in the environment. What has happened is inflation was not controlled because we were printing and minting money from nothing. Right now, Trump feels safer to print money crazily. They're going to inflate America's debt to 40 trillion before they stop. Why? Because they now have a solution. In the past, they had no solution, no crypto, no nothing. Every government that comes just continues to increase the debt. And then people can steal, people can do whatever they want with it, send to Ukraine, launder some of it back. Now, there's something you can back. It's a true economic system that's being put in place. The other one was not false. They just broke it. It broke, and instead of solving it, looking for a solution, they just kept using a broke system, a defeated system. So the swift moving value as the backbone of global economy in finance, global finance, is over. That era is over. Swift still exists with an upgraded system. I don't know whether they'll get rid of it. I don't know what they will do. I'm not to say. But I believe that they have partnered with all of this. And eventually you may just see Swift retreat into the background and disappear, and there's nothing. And there's even the Federal Reserve. Now that if Trump has named who the Federal Reserve chair is going to be, but as they print money now, there'll be a lot of money in the system to buy. Bitcoin will go up, everything will go up, but there's still going to be a decoupling in the future. That's why I rest my case. The decoupling will be when the free fireworks start. There's nothing, whatever Bitcoin does, and XRP follows the market, it'll follow Bitcoin to wherever Bitcoin is going. So we may see XRP at $10, at $27, but we need Clarity Act. We need the Clarity Act. We need mass adoption. We need other nations to adopt. We need more institutions to buy. But the supply shock will be one of the things that supply shock and the Japanese yen reverse carry trade will definitely push XRP's price even before the Clarity Act, because once you shock the system from Japan because of the reverse, and you shock because of the spot ETFs. And what is in escrow is in escrow. Even if they release a billion in the future, people who are crying that, oh, Ripple always suppress, they release a billion. That is the ecosystem. That's how it's designed. 1 billion is released, 70% goes back into escrow automatically. So what happens is, wouldn't you prefer for the price to be at $27 and then it drops back to say $20? It's still fine. If it gets to $40 because of all the things I've mentioned and it drops back to $30, it's still fine. But a time is coming when it will be a stable coin at a very high value. The World Bank says that. The Bank of International Settlements says that. They all know XRP with the XRP, XLM, XDC, all of these ISO coins will be at a high value. Not only them, Solana and others that are non-ISO coins. There's coins that will just be there at a high value because they have utility, they are meant to do something, and what they are meant to do is already there. It's like a dam. If you build a dam for a river that has a consistent flow every year and a pattern and a seasonal pattern, it will just continue to deliver the volume of water through that dam as was designed. It's already there. The liquidity is there. The systems are there. But guess what? It will also increase the provision of liquidity. Because what the world is lacking right now. See, I have a fireplace right here. What's happened is that, my son put the fire on, like every December, he likes to put the fire. It's real wood burning place. And, I was thinking to myself, I told him today, I said, we should actually change it into a gas fireplace so that we can actually, we can put fake wood there. It might just, because, we're cutting down trees, right, to get the wood. But that's what happened. There was a time when the whole world depended on wood, and wood was disappearing. Any questions? Wood was disappearing. So then they said, well, let's find new fuel. So fiat has run out of supply. And the cost of producing fiat to support our 8 billion population is no longer there. How are they going to do it? They have to find something else. It's like transportation. How many horses would have transported all of us? 8 billion people, if there was no advancement in technology, in transportation design, in highway design, and all of that stuff. How many canoes will carry us if massive ships were not built and then improved upon? We are improving upon the financial markets by introducing digitization of the global financial system, as well as global financial trade and stock market, commodities market, name it. And so that, brothers and sisters, I come to the end of my class today. Ross Austin, one of the things you can do sometimes is your wife may ask you to buy when the price starts going up. That's the problem, So tell her, make a deal. Say, let's do half of it. Let's come to a, let's divide the way. And it depends on your bags, so. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I want to appreciate you. Please go and join me on Patreon, AH for Truth. I want you to learn, you should have so many different ways of doing things. You should learn all of the different skills involved in crypto. I will be loading more tutorial videos. If you've never done this, you should create a multi-sig approach to signing your transactions by using your Ledger wallet or your Decent wallet to control a hot wallet. All right. Did you hear what I said? So I'm gonna put it on my Patreon, because a lot of people are gonna get stuck. I'm seeing what can happen as we go along and how to improve your security. One of the simplest things you can do to increase your security for your crypto assets is to tie your hot wallet to a hard wallet, okay? And by doing so, you automatically create a multi-sig system for your assets. This means that you sign one into the cold wallet, right? Into the hot wallet. Then you have to sign into the cold wallet. See? two signatures, two sign-ons. Then you have to authorize the transaction. You have to initiate the transaction in the hot wallet, and then you then you then go ahead and use the cold wallet to sign the second level. So that's one, you enter in with your password on a browser. And also, it is very wise to have at least 3 browsers. I am not a big fan of the, I probably would not use, which one is it? I'm not sure if it's Firefox. There's Firefox, there's Brave, there's Google, there's DuckDuckGo, there's, yeah. Brave was created for crypto. Brave was created for crypto. In fact, they have their wallet. You should download Brave and add it to your, I don't know why I've not done a video on that for a while, but please, that's something I want to really make sure that everybody who's on my channel, you have multi-sig as well as multi-browsers. I'm not too sure of Microsoft Edge. It does work for some, but I have not had good success with it across the board for wallets, right? So you can have like 6 different wallets. For example, the WebAuth, you've got the MetaMask, you've got your Trust wallet, you've got even third-party DeFi platforms like PancakeSwap and so on and so forth. You can actually have them on multiple browsers. And because if you have your MetaMask on a Brave, for example, you can go off your MetaMask into PancakeSwap to carry out a transaction. You see what I'm saying? So those are things that we actually teach at our conference, the one-on-one VIP conference coming up on January 29th to February 1st. So if you would be interested in that, please send me a message and I will just email me. The email is in the description. Say I would like to attend. It's a 4-day conference. We have only 10 seats so far. I mean, we can probably accommodate 20, but we want to be careful with numbers. So, but if we get 10, that would be sizable. That's good enough for us to focus and teach. So many of these things, we teach them, and then you are very solid. By the time you are coming out, you have all this information to help you. And we have people who are returning to the January version. So if you'd like to join us in January, please send a message and I will get back to you. Thank you so much, Joe Brown. God bless you. What recommend you? I just logged on. If you already said this, sending support and gratitude. My Genie, what do you mean wallet? It depends. So I have Trust Wallet, but I don't use it much. I just go in and out. But I'm saying if you want I will recommend a wallet with EVM capabilities. EVM is the Ethereum virtual machine, so that it's multifaceted, right? So I would probably do the Rabi wallet and the Phantom wallet, okay? But with Rabi, you can have Rabi's RABBY. I was recording a video in my office yesterday just before I left the office to put on my Patreon to show people, but I was interrupted. I couldn't finish it. So I'll try to finish it off and then show you how you can do this very easily. But the easiest for me that I've found is the Descent. Descent works well with direct acyclic graph constellation, dark constellation. Ledger can work with it, but it's quite a workaround. So I stick with Descent for that. Now, you can connect your Descent to your DAG and wallet and use that to control your, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just having multiple browsers would really, really help, because in a bull run, there's always an exchange market run, exchange run. And when that happens, the crypto rush comes. It's usually, sometimes it's hard to pull stuff from the exchange. Also, if you're on my channel, I beg you, if you're a member of the channel, download the Zaman app. Zaman. If you hold XRP and you've not downloaded the Zaman app, please download Zaman. XAMAN. Make sure it's XAMAN. I actually have a video on my Patreon for that. So go on that on the Patreon. I think I need to drink something. Go on my Patreon and you'll see that there. Yeah, the DCM wallet is very easy to use. It's very versatile, but I really love the ledger. So you can use your ledger and connect it to your Rabi wallet, and then sign. So you got, like I was saying earlier, you want to have at least 3 levels of signing authority. Number one, your password into your wallet, alt wallet, your password into your cold wallet. Okay, they are two separate things, two separate pass phrases, passwords and phrases. And then you go into, when you're in your wallet, you authorize a transaction. You have to now use, or you initiate a transaction, you have to use your ledger to sign the transaction. So that's 3 steps, you see? So it gives you such a, because these are all non-custodial, right? So it gives you great protection for your assets. Because listen, right now you are looking at it, it's worth only a couple $1,000s, depending on what your holdings are, or 100,000. I don't know what your holdings are, right? So if you don't have everything with an institution, you don't have them on an exchange, you don't have them with a third party broker, whatever. Again, most people may use Caleb and Brown for some, and then have some in. That's what I advise. It's like, okay, don't put everything out there. I would not leave anything on an exchange except my low buy limit orders. I also have a video where I show you how to set buy low limit orders on Zaman Wallet. It's on my Patreon. So join the Patreon. If you join it for just a little under $100 a month, you can get access to everything that I put on there. There's also a $45, $49, and then there's a $6. That's the cheapest one, but that will give you access. When I like to write articles about things, as I write, it kind of refreshes me. I don't have a lot of time, but I do my best. Thank God for AI these days. You can actually, you put your thought out there, what you want, and then you can, your headings and all of that. And then you can also repair things with, you write out and you give it to ChatGPT. It kind of gives you a better outlook. So it does really help a lot, because what has slowed me down in writing articles is time. Across my responsibilities, it's difficult. You got only 24 hours a day. You got to rest. So that has helped me. So the article, everybody gets. Some of them it's for free. Everybody gets it, and some only those who are in the first, second, and third tier get it. And then the videos are for those who are supporting me on there to be able to do this. So, all right. Thank you so much. And then I will be doing lives on Patreon as well. You know the way I do lives on here, because there's less censorship there. So we can actually talk about things, take questions. And the beauty of Patreon is I answer all the email. When people ask a question, I try to answer. But again, there's a limit to what I can do. I'm just two hands, right? One person. But I do answer because people send me questions on there as well. So please watch the videos. I have a video on DAG, how to buy and how to stake it. DAG, I love it because you get DAG back. And right now you can start with only 5,000 DAG, which is very cheap. DAG's price right now, I don't know what it is, but you can start on there. I also have done a video showing you how to download the WebAuth wallet, and then I couldn't use my own wallet because I'll be showing you I have to set up a new wallet. And the way WebAuth is you have to do yours. So you have to do your KYC there. It's very important, but it is an ISO environment. That is WebAuth to the Proton Network, Metal X lending, very, very important. I think Roger Guerin put that out there, so I saw that you wrote that, so that's good. Ross Austin, you don't understand Web3. Well, you're already in Web3. You're already in Web3. If you're buying crypto, you're already engaging. So go a step further. Don't just buy and hold. Buy and then engage into the DeFi space. I'm teaching DeFi in the very simplest form. If you buy DAG and you park your DAG and you're getting DAG back, it's like having XRP and getting XRP back. They're dropping DAG to you. It's just the same as Flare. And I'm telling you, that's where I want to be. Because if you get 13% back over the 1 year, depending on the validator you use, or 10% or 7% back in 1 year, I mean, on 100,000 DAG, that's 7,000 back, or 13,000 back, depending on the combined rate you get back in DAG. So if DAG goes to $5, your 13,000 that you got right in 1 year is 60K. You see what I'm saying? So, but DAG is going to be very important because they have a contract with the United States Air Force. And those contracts are not like just today you come in and supply a couple bars of soap and you leave. It's not a contract for the cafeteria. No, it has to do with military grade projects. So go review it, and you can always confirm these things. With thank God for ChatGPT and all these things, you can ask anything, and you can use Google. You can use anything, gulu gulu, and you find the information. Egyptian says, "I'll try to do that." Yeah, whenever it's there, I put it on there, and people can learn, and yeah, it's on there. So yes, staking. Ross Austin, no, you don't like. I mean, don't worry about it. I don't know. Are you younger or older? Are you like over 50? Sometimes, it's even for young people, it's very daunting, but one step at a time. That's why I'm not teaching, I'm not trying to do the complicated DeFi. Even for me, I don't want to have to rebalance things and all that because, I don't want to have to deal with impermanent loss when you are, particularly when you are in the yield farming. And you get into yield farming, you can really encounter impermanent loss, which, as it said, is impermanent loss, but it can affect your earnings and all of that, and you have to go back in there and rebalance everything out. If you are just doing very simple things like staking Flare in DeFi, which is very easy to do. The Firelight was released 2 days ago. Yeah, so December 3rd, I think it was. So Firelight was came online, and people are already earning points on Firelight. So it's not being clarified where things are going to go. Firelight is an offshoot of the Flare Assets Network. So while you can be on Flare, mint FXRP on Flare. I don't have a video on how to mint FXRP, but if you're interested, I will do that also. Just if you're on my Patreon and you want me to do that, just send me a message because there's videos out there. You can even go on the Flare network and learn. But when I do it, I just do it I try to break it down in a way that people can just understand it very easily. I think it's a gift. I think he knows what he's talking about. Jake knows what he's talking about. Hey, God bless you. I didn't forget you. It's been busy here. I'm sure it's busy for you too. Yeah, Jake Claver has big expectations. I trust him for his knowledge, but I don't know if he's right about the timing of things. But I was expecting a $27 XRP before 31st of December. I've been saying it. I have not given up on it. I believe it'll happen. If it doesn't happen, nothing to regret. We keep moving. Ross, may God keep you in Jesus' name. I think we talked before, so God bless you. Thank you for sharing. Kel K4D1, depending on your holdings, any of you here who is holding a lot of XRP and things like that, I'm telling you, don't leave it on Coinbase. Don't leave it on the XRP. That's just my position. Just because you don't want it trapped in there for any reason. Clarity Act will also make certain cryptos limit certain services. Some will go out of business. I don't think Coinbase will go out of business. I think they're big. I think they have backing of the US government. But so you can start with a ledger or a decent. Send me an email and or go into my description and use my links. When you use my link, I get a commission. You get a discount, but I get a commission. So you can buy decent. You can also buy ledger. I would invest at least, depending on what your holdings are, I would invest anything from $300 to $400 to get two different wallets and divide my stuff between the wallets. That's what I tell everybody to do. So get one decent, get one ledger. Now, when you get a ledger, get the minimum you should get is the ledger Nano X, the Nano X. Okay, write that down. Nano X, NANOX. Ledger, just like accounting ledger, Nano X. Go into my description and you will find it there. If you have any problems, you can send me an email. I asked for an email because I know most people will not. So I probably won't get 1,000 people emailing me. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Ross. I'm so humbled. God will give you life. You didn't die from the three heart attacks for a reason. And you are 54. I'm 57, right? So we're traveling on this journey. There's something God wants to do. So I am honored by your statement, Ross. I'm really, really honored. Thank you so much. Wow. Luna is up 135%. Oh my God. Do you think Shiba Crepe Wikicard came before XRP? I think so. I think they would move. As an opportunity, people would have opportunity to reap harvest and move it into, yeah. Yes, Ledger Nano S is good, but the X is, there is the S going forward. The S is not going to support certain the future updates on the XRP ledger. I'm just giving you that information. So please go and use my link in the description and get your ledger and get a discount. Get my, yeah, get your ledger and I will get a, I'll get a little commission for that. I think it's $10. Just so you know, right? Full disclosure. It's good. Those are good coffee monies, right? Or gas money. Oh, thank you so much, Ross. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Wisdom 3, what are you asking about? What link do you want? What link are you asking about? Ledger? You want my ledger link? Let me see if I can put it on here for you. I just updated my computer here, so it's giving me some funny vibes. I just updated my computer here, so it's giving me some funny vibes. So no, wow. Crypto King, yeah. So here's the thing. We can buy XRP, send link, lever, Ledger Nano. We can buy XRP, send link, no? That's good. Luna has been sitting down for a very long time. Now it's jumping, right? So yeah, if you get into my, here is the ledger. So here's the ledger. Go buy the ledger here, right here. It's being suppressed because the big guys have to buy it before, you know. If I were you, look at Luna Classic did 135% in one night. So that's telling you something. It's you can take money out of all these other small ones and then jump and put it into, yeah, that's the ledger link. And I'll also give you the decent link. Depending on how much you have, I don't think you should put $20,000 into crypto or 50,000 or 100,000, depending on how much you have. I mean, again, but also your faith to know what is coming. It makes sense to to spread your risk. Again, these are very solid technologies. I believe in them. I really think, you know, that's your decent there. Get one decent. Yeah. So yeah, don't say how much. Okay, well, I get what you're saying. So and if you've never taken a course or anything like that, you know, I've not been doing a lot of coaching, but if you want coaching about all these things, you know, so you don't put something in money in something you don't fully understand. Send me a message and I'll give you some coaching. I can't imagine somebody told me I have $40,000 to spend on crypto US. I'm like, okay, you need to at least spend 1,000 to 2,000 learning and buying security for your assets. Because the 4,000 will become 4 million, but you need to protect it. So, you see what I'm saying? So, getting ready is the last thing I wanted to say about this. I think I've said it already. Are you ready? Are you ready? Go to my Patreon, you read. My Patreon is AH for Truth. AH for Truth. I will share it with you right now, and then you can go. So that's my Patreon. Jump on that and join. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself and the knowledge that you would have. I'll be doing more of lives on Patreon. People get on there, they jump for the cheapest one right away. If you can afford the $97, go for it, because that's when you get all the training. And with $97, you can call me once a month for 30 minutes. I'm not going to charge you any extra. I'm not going to ask you to pay me anything extra. Just, yeah. Yeah, 86 minutes. I have 4 minutes more and I'm out of here. Okay. The Nano S is okay, but like I said, the Nano S is not going to support newer updates on the XRP ledger. You can fact check me on that, okay? That's why I prefer the Nano X to the Nano S. Zaman is an addition. There's a reason why I'm talking about Zaman. Zaman is for so many different things. You can use Zaman to set buy limit orders, low and high. You can sell on their decentralized exchange. Zaman has a DEX. It's not just a wallet. There is a DEX in Zaman. Go to my Patreon. I have a video on there that shows you exactly how to do this. So you can set buy limit orders for XRP, for and certain other cryptos through GitHub. You can use GitHub to load other assets on the Zaman wallet, as well as interact with the XRP ledger on the Zaman wallet. I show you how to natively go into the XRP ledger and create a trust line, to set a trust line. The X with the Bluetooth is riskier than the Nano S Plus. Okay, then stay with the Nano S Plus. I've just told you what I know, what I'm doing, and those who follow me, who have taken my advice, are doing very well. I'm just telling you, the Bluetooth, don't turn it on. Don't use the Bluetooth. It's just as simple as that. Okay, the Bluetooth is for convenience, but don't use it. But how can I buy something and say because it doesn't have Bluetooth? If you'd like, don't buy the future. Nano S said we're not going to support future upgrades to the XRP ledger. So you got 40,000 XRP sitting in the Nano S because of Bluetooth. So you put $4 million inside Nano S, and when there's an upgrade to the ledger, you go into your ledger, you say upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. You say, sorry, we cannot upgrade, because remember, everything is on the ledger. Most of you don't understand how this thing works. Your crypto is not on the wallet. You see that thing called ledger? It has nothing inside. It's on the blockchain. Do you know where your XRP is hiding? In your seed phrase. In your seed phrase. That's where it is. Did you hear what I said? So it's So that's why if somebody takes your ledger, if they don't have the seed phrase, they can't do anything with it. As long as they don't have your password and everything, if your seed phrase is the key. If you lose your ledger in the ocean, you go swimming and it gets lost, you come back, as long as you have your seed phrase, your money, nothing leaves the blockchain. The blockchain is always, nothing leaves the blockchain. That's where everything is. Nothing leaves the blockchain. So please, I need you to understand that. Whether it's Decent or Tangem or nothing leaves the blockchain. Everything is in the blockchain. You know that movie called The Truman Show? Yeah, everything is within the blockchain. The wallets, hot wallet, cold wallet, exchanges, all the exchanges have an API. They connect, they have a key that connects them to the blockchain. Trust Wallet is a multi-chain wallet. It connects to several, to Arbitrum, to Polygon, to Near Protocol, to Proton, to so many different. No, I don't even think it connects to Proton. I'm not sure. I don't think so. The Nano S Plus can upgrade, sir. It's different than the Nano. Okay. Nano S Plus. All right. You should have said Plus. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You should have said Nano S Plus. You just kept saying Nano S. So I was telling you. So my thing was, you are talking. We're talking different stuff. So I didn't understand you at first. So I have it open here. I'm looking at it right now as I'm talking to you. Oh, my time is almost run out. 91. My God. So yeah, many of you are. So yeah, I get so. Ledger Nano S Plus. Okay, yeah. So cable use only. Why I bought the Nano X was because I could use the cable as well as Bluetooth if I wanted. But I have other security measures. You can create a second ledger within your ledger. Are you aware of that? So you can create a second ledger with a 25th password. You can create a third ledger with a 27th password. You can just keep doing that. So you have another passphrase. So you get a 25th word that is outside of your 24. God bless you, new beginnings. Yes. So I just put a link on there for you to get the Nano Ledger S Plus. He says there's nothing risky about it. It's just how you do it. If you understand crypto, you won't worry at all. You have to understand the crypto, how it works, and what I just showed you now. Something you can use, like my Nano X. I have it controlling my Rabi wallet. So if I go to my Rabi wallet, I can't do anything without my ledger because my ledger does the multi. I've said it in such a way that it's a multi-sig. I did that myself, but a lot of people don't know that, right? So you have to, there's a kind of understanding you have about it that you don't really worry about these things. You buy the good technology and you use it. Yeah, you don't have to use the Bluetooth. You just have to make sure that. And always keep your seed phrase safe. Never put it on your phone. Though I like the Flex. I almost bought the Flex, but I just said I'll wait till next year because it's too new. I don't like jumping on new things. Yeah, Nano X is okay, but some people, this guy here, Jawil, doesn't like it because of the Bluetooth, but I don't mind it. Just don't use the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth allows you to connect to your phone. So you have your Ledger wallet interacts with your Ledger device. You have to have your Ledger wallet on your phone. That's how it interacts with your phone. Or you just use your computer. The Flex is good. I like it. I have people who have the Flex, but my wife and I have not touched the Flex just because You know, I don't jump to new things. I take my time. There are people I've coached that have the flex and they're enjoying it. What time about XRP? What do you mean what time? What do you mean what time? XPR network. Oh, on my Patreon, I already showed how people can get into XPR network and how they can use it to increase their gains on Solana, on HBAR, on whatever. You know, for example, if you make, actually the highest point for me on the XPR network is that I can go on Metal X lending and you can earn as much as 9% on USDC. So one of the strategies is that if you make capital gains on any crypto, let's say HBAR, you can take the gains from HBAR into USDC and leave it on the Metal X lending, supply it for up to 9% gains. Then you can borrow up to 45 to 50% of that USDC and put it into another yield on that same Metal X lending for way less. So you borrow, you are earning 9%, but you are borrowing at 3%. Something like that. Something like that. Let me just confirm so that I don't say something that's not true. I just want to, what the principle is there, but I just want to give you the actual numbers for rent. So let's say you have USDC. Let me show you right now. I'm just looking at it right now. So let's say you have USDC and you lend your USDC to the platform, you'll get 10.40. Yesterday it was 9%.